Hello, Supreme Leader of the Democratic People Republic of Korea. My name is Georgianne, and I heard you were looking for art in your collection, and I'm here to sales pitch the best artwork that you could possibly have in your collection. Alright, so we're gonna get started. The first art piece I would like to talk about is the Maybeon bottle with the twin fish decor. So this specific piece of artwork is one of the earliest work. It is made of celadon and covered with black and white slip. I believe it is gray, but I guess from afar it could look white. It is around 30 centimeters tall, which is very close to being around 12 inches in height. It is bottle shaped with a very small neck and round body, as you can see here. It is highly decorative with all the types of details and shows a lot of symbolism, such as the fish, as you see, which could easily translate to health and change. And since there are two, it shows a sense of balance here and stability within the piece. I believe this piece would be very great for your personal collection because it is a showstopper piece. This symbolism in the twin fish could relate in the Yangban class because they were highly influenced by Confucianism. And as we all know, Confucianism is a belief system that focused on morality and respect for others. So there is a sense of harmony that is achieved throughout their society and throughout this design as well. So moving on, my second ceramic piece that I would like to show you is this flask-shaped bottle with decoration of a dog on one side and of a stylized blossom on the other. So this is a bunchan ware that is covered in white slip and a celadon glaze. This is their way of being efficient. Most pieces are often decorative and especially consistent all the way around with their choice of decoration. But in some cases, such as this one, the artist decided to make one side of a dog and then the other side of a star-shaped flower. Nature and especially flowers were very popular in the Joseon period, and that often symbolizes purity and beauty. This is another great example of Yangban culture as well, not just because of the symbolism of the flower and nature, as in the Confucian philosophies, but also its functionality. It is a flask-shaped bottle, which is probably used for holding liquids such as water or wine. The Joseon Yangban were often immersive thinkers and creating things that were also purposeful as well as beautiful. All right, so moving on to paintings. So this first piece that I would like to talk about is the bird on a bamboo branch. Unfortunately, we do not know the artist because it is a very beautiful piece. So this is a very unique painting because right away, as you see, the bird is practically leaning himself upside down. Usually in China, they are in a so-called, I quote, normal position. This painting is an almond leaf just composed of ink on paper. The technique of creating this painting is very technical. Therefore, there are a lot of negative space in the painting and within the bird itself, but it is very balanced within the negative spaces, such as the bottom stomach of the bird is blank. But as our eyes can see, we can kind of focus and it will connect so we see a whole bird. So this painting is connected with the Yangban culture due to the popular demand of ink monochrome paintings of bamboo and plants. bamboo is definitely popular around this time, especially in the paintings. The Yangbang class were often particularly fond of the four seasons, and I believe this art piece is the best to have in the collection to show the earlier work of the Joseon dynasty because they were so focused on nature and everything of that sort. So, yes. So, my second and last piece of the artwork I would like to talk about is this piece by Jun Seon. So, this panoramic view of the Diamond Mountains. So, this is a very famous painting, Hanging Scroll, created by ink and color on paper. It is very stylized, refined by, not refined, referenced by the Diamond Mountains and its needle-like peaks. This artist used some stylization and a bit of abstraction to portray the Diamond Mountains, especially from a point of view that could possibly not necessarily be seen by the human eye, especially around during that time. You do not usually see this style outside of Korea, so it specifically has its own, has its own signature look, especially in the Korean culture. So, like before, the Yanban were highly influenced by Confucianism with its relationship to nature, such as the mountains, and by moral refinement. The Diamond Mountains is considered a well-respected place. It is continued natural beauty, and mountains are often symbolize higher power that could connect the human world to the spiritual world. I believe this painting shows the better later half of the Joseon dynasty, which focused mainly on landscape and mountains being especially one of them. So you see a lot of popular mountains within the paintings. So this is just one of the paintings for sure, but this is definitely his most popular one of his popular paintings as well. His painting, better later half, yes, which focus mainly on landscape and mountains as well. There is minimal color on the painting, but color nevertheless. This is probably when they're starting transitioning to Western techniques and started to add a bit of color here and there to their paintings as well. So these are my 4 options and my 4 top options, for you to consider having them in your collection. I feel like they would show the best of the Yanban culture. So, yes, thank you for your time.